Okay. So anybody would like to recite this verse 14.18?
Hare Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
It's not clear. 1 minute. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Just 1 minute, please. Sorry.
Urdhvam gachanti sattvasta madhye tishtanti rajasa jaganya gunavrittistha ado gachanti tamasaha. Translation. Prabhuji, you have to scroll little bit. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anybody would like to read? Any other devotees? Just the verse. We'll have a couple of devotees read this.
May I, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna. Bhagavad-gītā 14.18. ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Any other devotee?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जगन्यगुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees. So here, let's go through the synonyms. Urdhvam means upwards. Gachanti means go. Sattvastha means those situated in the mode of goodness. Madhye means in middle. Tishtanti means dwell. Jaganya means of abominable. Guna, quality. Vrittistha means whose occupation. Aha means persons in the mode of ignorance. So the translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upwards to the higher planetary system. Those in the mode of passion, they live in the earthly planet. Go down to the hellish world. So as per the Vedic cosmology, types of planets. Higher planetary system, middle planetary system and lower. Totally there are 14 planets. The top 6 are called the higher planetary system. So it's like this. We have Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka. And we have Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Patala. So the lokas, Bhuloka is called as the Madhya Loka, and the upper planetary systems are like, above the Bhuloka, and the ones which are below the Bhuloka are called as the lower planetary system. Okay. So that means that the universe created by Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is the creator of the universe. So when he created the universe, and when different living universe by Lord Vishnu, so at that point of time, consciousness. So just imagine a building, Okay, just if you think that there's a very big building, right? There are different type of people staying, and based on their consciousness, they are staying somewhere. Okay, some people are in high level of consciousness, some people are in low level of consciousness. The people who are in high level of consciousness, they are in the upper, floors. People who are in the lower level of consciousness, they are in the lower floors. People who are in the middle level of consciousness, they are in the middle floors. So it's like that. So here 14th chapter, we are talking about 14th chapter. 14th chapter is all about the three modes of material nature. The three modes of material nature is, anybody can say what are the three modes of material nature?
Goodness, passion, and ignorance, Prabhuji.
Good, right? So we have Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, and Tamo Guna. So Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, and Tamo Guna have been very clearly explained here, right? So how do you identify that a person is in mode of goodness or mode of passion or mode of ignorance? So anybody can say, how do you know that a person is mode of ignorance? How can you say that this person or this person is in mode of ignorance? How do you know that? Those people who are in the mode of ignorance, they are very careless. They're very lazy, right? You see, just like some people right? These kind of people, it's called as mode of ignorance, right? And also it is said those people who do not follow these scriptures, they're said to be in the mode of ignorance. So what happens is, ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance, what is with ignorance is that in ignorance, it causes us to do actions. See, if we are ignorant of the law, send it. Knowledgeable, we will not violate it. As simple as that. You see? So what happens? Who says, I don't know that, this is the rule that exists, and I cross the signal just because I don't know that, there was a rule here. That is ignorance. I don't know that there is a law that exists here because I do not know that is. Therefore, I will violate it. So that's the same analogy here. A person who is in the mode of ignorance or a person who is in ignorance, he's not blissful, but he's actually distressed, at least now or later. If not now, later, for a long time, because in ignorance, there are a lot of bad things that happen, right? See, for example, I'll tell you, there was a person in Australia who took a lot of drugs, intoxication, okay? And he was so intoxicated, inebriated, that he has no clue what is he doing. In that state, he was a hardly 22-year-old, okay? In that state, he took out his vehicle and he started driving, right? And then he just went on the road, and there were some children, okay, around 7 children, young children who were going out to buy an ice cream. And this fellow just went and hit them, and some of them died on the spot. 4 of them died on the spot, actually. And then they had to take him to the custody, and they gave him the necessary sentence. And now he doesn't take any drugs because obviously he's in the custody. But when he thinks about and reflects about his situation, why that happened on that day, he feels bad about it, very bad about it. But when he was driving, he did not remember anything, right? At that time when he was driving, he did not know what was going on. So what do we understand from this is, mode of ignorance is like taking drugs. or being intoxicated state. So in that intoxicated state, what a person will do, we cannot say. And just like this person who was convicted, he of course argued and said that, see, it was not intentional. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't do it intentionally. I had no idea what I was doing. So you should leave me. But they did not leave him. They convicted him. So what do you think? They should have. What do you think about the judgment? Generally, I'm asking. Sentence, or should he not get the sentence? See, he doesn't know anything. Okay, he by mistake he took, and is completely in a different state, and some accident has happened. Now, should he be punished or not? What do you think?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, he should be punished,
Very tricky.
because if he is not punished, I mean, it will be an excuse for others also. The others will also do the same, isn't it? If you're drunk and you know that you shouldn't be taking this thing, in spite of which when you're doing it, and if you should let the person go with a strict, even if it's
Yeah,
a strict
anybody?
warning, he will come back again. Prabhu. He will come back to drinking and drugs again and do the same thing.
Right. Anybody? I mean, what's the reason why he should be punished? He left just on the ground that, Arey, you're innocent. You didn't do it in. Now, if we ask you to do it, you will not do it. You're not such a bad person. But you did it. But he did it. Right? So, use him on that grounds. So, at least for his ignorance, he needs some transformation. And not isolated. He has to be isolated. Now in the jail, he has got a different kind of a routine there. So every day he has to get up early in the morning. And there is regulations in terms of, whom he can meet, whom he. Every day there is some work that he has to do. There's a routine for him. And then now he's like more or less, he has become a little bit sane person over many years. So this is the similar design of our universe also. See, ignorance is an excuse for the law. If I would have read Bhagavad-gītā, I would not have committed all these mistakes. I did not read at all. You see, I just went and I just thought, human life means just for enjoyment. And I was just enjoying my life. I was just like being it. So being a normal person is also not an excuse in law. For example, let us say a person has been convicted, or let us say there's a person who is convicted that you are caught for this purpose, like for example, you're caught for not paying your taxes, something like that. The authority catches, then you cannot say paying, my neighbor is not paying, my friends are not paying, my family is not paying. But is that will they excuse him once caught? Right? So let us say a person is driving without a license, and then the traffic police catches and goes to the traffic police station. Now this person, how many people in this city are driving without a license? At least, I think lakhs of people are driving. Then why are you catching me? Leave me, because you're not catching them. Is that, I mean, let us say if you were the policeman, will you agree? Yeah, others are also not doing, so you can go. No, right? It's not allowed. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Whether others are doing, everybody is doing, it is possible he is also violating the law. Maybe 100%. Simple. Similarly, We may know, we may not know the universal laws of God. We have to follow this. So what is Urdhvam Gachanti Satvasta?
Hare
Madhyam
Krishna, Prabhuji,
Gachanti.
your voice is breaking a lot. We're not,
Oh,
it's,
yes. Oh, just a moment. Let me check if I can do something with my. Is it for everybody?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Let me try switching to my mobile network. Sorry, devotees. Give me a moment. Hare Krishna. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is it better? So let me repeat what I was saying. I was saying that, if we violate the traffic laws, just by saying that, you see, nobody is following the law. If, let us say, suddenly police catches and says, you don't have the PUC certificate. Then I tell him, or this, you says that you don't have the driving license. Then my argument will be that there are so many people who do not take the PUC certificate. Then why are you catching me? You should leave me, because nobody else also does it. Is that a sane argument? If you are a traffic police, will you leave? I'm asking. Based on that argument. Everybody is not doing it. I am also not doing it. What do you think?
Will not accept that argument, Prabhuji.
That argument is also not acceptable. That
Because
argument, yeah. Most of the people are not doing it. So I am also not doing it. So it's okay. That's how we normalize things, isn't it? So even that is not an acceptable argument as per the law. Actually, it is said that there's a very nice verse in Srimad Bhagavatam which says that Nunam Pramatta Kurute Vikarma. Okay. So what that basically means is that most of the people by default they are only going to go to the lower planetary system. Nunam Pramatta Kurute Vikarma, because they are all doing sense gratification. So this universal laws are like that, very strict. It's like, there are so many living entities who are into this material world. They've come here for rehabilitation, and they have been given a chance here to purify themselves and to go back to Godhead. So inevitably what happens is, because these human beings and all the other living entities, they utilize this human form of life only for sense gratification. It is said that because they are doing vikarma, they are doing sinful activities for the sake of sense gratification, they will have to be sent to the lower planetary systems. So it is like, only few people pass out to the upper planet, just like this, right? So there's an exam, and there's some people who go to the next level, and there's some people who go to the next level. There are some people who go to the next level, and there are only very handful or very few of them will be able to go to the topmost level. It's just like that. So only a very handful of people are able to go back to Godhead, right? Because it is said by Krishna, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvataha. Out of many thousands and thousands of people, very few people attempt for understanding about this knowledge of the self, about the spiritual knowledge, about knowledge of Krishna. And among those people who know or who are trying to do this, hardly one achieves Krishna. Very few of them go back to Godhead. So that means, so we cannot normalize by saying that everybody, all my friends, just like this. There's a story. One day, what happened? There was one guy who went to the hell, and he was talking to Chitragupta. He asked, "Would you like to go to hell or heaven?" So he said, "Okay, wait. My friend Ramesh, where is he? Oh, he's here in the hell. Okay. What about this friend, the other friend? He's also here. What about my brother? Oh, he's also here. Then let me be here." So it's like that. So why should I go? If everybody, all my relatives are here, why should I go to heaven? Right? So something like that. We cannot say like that. Okay, all my friends, are in hell. Let me be in hell. This is not the correct argument. We should be awake. We should try to understand, and we should awaken others. We should not be committing mistakes because others are committing mistakes, isn't it? If everybody drinks and drives, we should start a campaign, and we should start an awareness campaign saying that stop drinking and driving. This is not correct, right? Instead of that, we should not say, okay, anyways, it's normal to drink and drive. Okay, let's drink and drive. That's not the right thing to do. Similarly, in this universe, what happens is a lot of human beings, they go downwards. Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma. They do vikarma. They don't know that they're doing vikarma. They don't know what is going to be their destination, but they are doing it. And as a consequence of that, they will go to the lower planetary systems and they will suffer. And they will come again. Again, they will get a chance. And again, they will try. Again, there is a chance. Again, there is a chance. There is a repetition. Okay, there's a lot of chance. Krishna is very kind. He gives chances, a lot of chances. But when a chance is given to us, we have to use our intelligence. Buddhi yukto jahati ha ubhe sukrita dushkrite. We should use our intelligence. So here is this verse which is explaining about what is the destination for those of people who are in different modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So we said mode of goodness is something like being kind, calm, thoughtful, being happy, peaceful, spiritual. Mode of passion is like, always wanting more, feeling restless, busy with desires. Mode of ignorance means careless, lazy, not following the authority. The consequence of mode of ignorance is that we will be dragged to sadness. We will be dragged to difficult places. Just like the example that I said. So the person who was taking drugs, he was having a high there. He was feeling happy by ignoring. The instruction clearly said, the government was very clear that you should never take these kind of substances. But he ignored it. He was ignoring the authorities. And consequently, what happens? There will be something very bad that happens. There's something very bad will happen later. So at least that sense we should have, that if we do not follow the authority, something good is not going to happen. So similarly, if somebody is in mode of goodness all their life, okay, they will be allowed to go to the higher planetary systems. There are some planetary systems like Swargaloka, that is to some level of better consciousness. And above that, some, those people who do a lot of meditation, right? And different types of sadhus, they will go upwards, right? We have the Janaloka, Tapaloka, Maharloka, Satyaloka. It is said that, when you cross each and every loka upwards, they are more and more spiritual. They are more and more spiritual. And they live for many more years also, thousands of years. And when you go to the Shishumara Loka, the numbers are like astonishing. It's like thousands and lakhs of years they get to live. And they're all, always in some kind of spiritual consciousness. And when we go to the lower planetary systems, it's the opposite. There is more and more sense gratification. There's more and more sense gratification as you go downwards. That is how this world has been designed. So these worlds, we can't see them. And if you ask me scientifically, where are these worlds? I won't be able to answer that. Because at the moment, we don't have answers for these questions. Okay. But this is based on the Vedas. And the Vedas are itself a pramana. So we can only say that maybe in future we will get to know where exactly these worlds are. But for now, you can just look at the sky. At least the upper planetary system, we can see some stars. At least we can see the Dhruva Loka, the pole star. We can see the Saptarishi Mandala. And we know that, in this Saptarishi Mandala are the rishis, right? And like that, there are different planetary systems here. We can see the different grahas, right? Different planets. So beyond this material world is the spiritual world. So the idea is, naturally we are either in mode of goodness or in mode of passion or mode of ignorance. So the idea is definitely not to be in mode of ignorance and suffer, not to be in mode of passion as well, which again causes suffering, not to be in the mode of goodness as well, but to transcend the mode of goodness also to the next level called the mode of pure goodness. So this mode of pure goodness is called as the Shuddha Sattva, Vishuddha Sattva. So it's called Sattvam Vasudeva Sattva. Vasudeva Sattva or Vishuddha Sattva means in that consciousness we become fully cognizant of Krishna. So how do we know that we are in Vishuddha Sattva? Is at that the devotee will be in fully Krishna conscious. Just like, for some devotees, Vrindavan is revealed. So when we go to Vrindavan, we see only some, buildings, etc., roads. But great devotees like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, you see, one day he was just going and hitting different walls of Vrindavan. He was not able to walk. People thought maybe it's because of his old age. But then he said, you see, I don't see walls or bricks here. I see the real Vrindavan. So the actual Vrindavan has been revealed to him. So he sees the real Vrindavan. So that is Vasudeva Sattva. It's a different level of consciousness, right? So we should aim to go to that level of consciousness, which will take us to the spiritual world. So it is all about consciousness. It's very easy to predict where our destination is. It's pretty easy. So in 24 hours of time, as long as we are awake, how many hours are we spending in Krishna consciousness, which is Vishuddha Sattva? As long as we're chanting, as long as we are doing Mangalarti, as long as we are reading, this is Vishuddha Sattva. How many hours are we talking to people, gossiping, or doing something like that? Or maybe how many hours are we engaged in different kind of activities? How many hours are we doing any kind of sense gratification? It could be watching movies, it could be watching social media, it could be hearing to music, all of that. So simply by the number of hours or the percentage, the kind of consciousness we are, the more we are spending consciousness or more amount of duration in that type of consciousness, we are going to that is going to be predominantly there with us at the time of death. So that will decide what is going to be our future body. So what we are trying to do here is, we are first of all trying to stop the sinful activities as explained as Shastras, as explained by the Acharyas. First we stop violent, sinful activities. Next, we stop doing abominable activities. All the bad habits which are, first of all, forbidden actions, we stop. And then we start sadhana. You see, like chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra or doing all the types of sadhana. So, and therefore, what we're trying to elevate ourselves from this Rajas Tamo Guna to the high, and at least try to come to Sattva Guna. So, the devotees are at least in Sattva Guna. The devotees are at least in Sattva Guna, because they are doing all of these sadhana practices. And if they do it very sincerely, if they chant the holy names inoffensively, attentively, we can also come to the Shuddha Sattva. That is possible, right? We can elevate ourselves to the Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha Sattva will come after the liberation platform, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. So that is after the Anartha Nivrutti, after all the misgivings, all the unwanted things are cleared from the mind, then we will cross over this anartha nivritti and we'll go to the higher stages of bhakti. So at that point of time, when we come to the stage of bhava or above, then we become eligible to go back to Godhead. Then we become eligible to go back to Godhead. So it is that we have to transcend from one stage to the other, starting from the stage of Shraddha to Sadhu Sangha to Anartha Nivritti to stages beyond that like Nishtha and Ruchi, etc., etc., Bhava and Prema, like that. So final stage is Prema, right? When we come to the stage of Prema, it's like, complete Krishna consciousness. It's like a pure Krishna consciousness. At that point of time, that person is already in the spiritual world. Maybe in the material world, just like we saw, the great acharyas, they are in, just like Srila Prabhupada. He may be in New York or anywhere, but he's always in Vrindavan, like that. The Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, we are seeing buildings in Vrindavan, but he's seeing the real Vrindavan, like that. So that's it, devotees. It's a very nice verse. Actually, this verse is very special because Srila Prabhupada used to quote this a lot of times in his lectures. So always he says, Udvam gacchanti sattvasta, madhye tishtati rajasa, jaganya gunavrittista, adho gacchanti tamasa. He always quotes these words in his classes to bring about a point that, there are three gunas and we should try to avoid rajas and tamas and at least be in sattva and transcend to Shuddha Sattva. Okay? Any other points you want to add, devotees? Is there anything that you want to add? Hare Krishna. Any questions? Any doubts?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Dandavat
Dandavat
Pranam
Pranam,
to
Hare
everybody.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhuji.